أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Yeah, so this is it. This is level 7. It's over here because it's very different. There's no verse here except 125. So this is just the grammar of that. Okay, guys, this thing here is not as bad as it looks. And all you have to do, what you have to just know if you look carefully, is just the highlighted yellow highlights here. Okay, this is all you really need to know. So it may look like a lot, but it's actually not. So all you're doing is this Arabic word Muṣallaḥ. Okay, so let's get a bigger version of this. Okay, so all you're doing, and you do not find the answer here. The answer is not here. You put it as a noun only, and in the mansub case, musallan, and this is actually not an ismu mansub of grammar-wise. This is completely wrong. But this, okay, so what is this? Okay, but even for those who's gonna watch this in the future, that's trying to get this, like hopefully in the future, you're gonna get into the Arabic and learn to it. But if you don't at all, let's just put out Arabic alphabets. So you can see my screen right here, right? The alif, right? You can see these letters, right, separated here. So even if you don't understand anything right here, you see the separation letters, right? Obviously.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, you see these, and this one right here. Okay, it's little staff. It looks like a staff, right, or something. I don't know how you can see it, like a little staff. This is this is the letter M. Okay, it's a ma. Okay, mu, ma, whatever. And in Arabic, you have a for this little. If there's a line on top of it, it makes ma. If there's a line below it, it's mi.
Yeah.
And if you have a little this little I don't know what to call that thing. Like see this little curvy thing, right? This little curvy thing here.
Yeah.
See that little curvy thing? That's the oo sound. So oops. So if you have this little curvy thing on top, it makes it a mu sound. Okay, mu. Okay. Wow. Yeah, like this. It's like this thing but tiny on top. Okay, and this is a wow. This is like a wa sound. Okay, so this one, the mu, is one thing. This is the letter Sad, like the surah 38. Sad. It's literally the first letter too in that surah. This right here is the letter S, but in Arabic you have another letter S. So it's like a sin. Okay, this is the sin. This one and this one similar, but they're not the same in pronounce. This is sa. This is like saw, like a heavier version. Okay, so just remember. So you have M, S, and L. Okay, this is the L. So this one kind of looks like the L in English, like the mirror version, right? The mirror of the English L. So boom, L. And the last one is this one, the wow again. This is like a wa or a oo sound, like the U, the letter U, oo, something like that, okay? Depending on how you conjugate this. That's all you have to know right now. But remember, so in English, remember there's you can write like this. I forgot what you call these, but not regular way. I forgot the word. But then there's cursive English, right? Like this, right? English. Right? Yeah. Cursive. You guys, you learned this, right? Obviously, we all wrote this at one point. Cursive. So Arabic is cursive. Always. There is no separated way in real Arabic. So in other words, so this is cursive writing, right? So calligraphy with ball pen, friendship and money, or whatever.
Why is it changed? Why is it now changed?
No,
Latin.
You still have this. You still have this right now in English. It's very popular. It's just this is easier to read, the separated letters. So Arabic is never written like this. Hebrew is written like this, or like English style. Hebrew, yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So Arabic. So now Arabic alphabets cursive. Okay. So basically, when in Arabic, everything has a cursive way of writing it. Okay. So let's just go back to the M. Okay, so this is what you just saw, the letters that separated, okay? But when you make it cursive, it becomes like this tiny little M. Like to me, it's an M, but it's like a what do you call it? It's like a needle, like a needle hole, right? Like a little hole in a needle. Like there's a hole in the center, It kind of matches the top here. Okay, the top kind of looks similar, but it's cursive. It connects. Okay, Arabic is what this is how you're always gonna see it, but you do see these letters when it's isolated at the end. So you don't have to know all that. But you just need to know that this word looks different when it's cursive, just like English. You know, some of the letters they all look the same. Maybe the G, I don't know. Oh, the
You're going
Z,
to learn that, right?
the Z, amazing. See the Z? It has a little
Sure.
curvy thing. So boom, the Z changed, right? So
Okay.
kind of like that. Okay, Arabic, all letters do this almost. Okay, so here's the S. Here's the S that we saw before. Look, it's very clear when you separate it, but then when you like attach it, there's always like a tiny signature of it. See the top here? That little bigger needle hole. Boom, and boom, it connects. Okay, the L is easy. The L is like one line. Okay, so here's separated. This is kind of like English. It's exactly kind of like English here, but the opposite way. Okay, and the letter wow. The wow is perfectly like this. It's one of those what do you call an isolated letter. It stays. It doesn't like to connect, but when it does, it's always at the ending. So the wow is the easiest one. It always looks like a wow. Okay, so you can always find the wow. There's one more letter that we do need to see is the letter ya, but this is not a ya, even though it looks like it. What? They don't have the ya here or something? What is this? Let's just go back here. So this right here, this is the ya. Okay, the letter ya. Okay, the letter Y in English, yeah, Y, and I don't think you can even see the screen, but it's like a tiny little thing. So the ya just has two dots in the bottom. Okay, it connects in a way that the signature is two dots below it. It looks like a bata. It looks like all these guys, almost similar. Just the ending, when it's at the end, it looks like an S. The thing about Arabic is that there's another thing like this. It's called the alif maqsura. It looks exactly the same as a ya, but it doesn't have two dots, and it's not considered a ya, a letter Y. It's considered an alif, and you can see it's right there too, alif and the maqsura. And this is very important in grammar. Okay, and we actually need to know that. Okay, guys. So, and you kind of see it right here. See that? See this thing? I made this 200. Let's see, can I get bigger than that? That's the max. That's the max. I can make this bigger, maybe with a little plus sign. Whoa! Look at that, guys. So now it should be really big. Let's go back a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now here. So here you have the letter M, S, L, and the alif maqsura at the end. It basically looks like a ya. Okay. No two dots. See that? There's no two dots.
Yeah.
So you see that little wow on top, little curve.
Yes.
So this makes it mu, mu, and then this is the fatha on top. So musa, like that. And it's not musa. It's not mus. It's not like a hard S. It's like a musa, like that. And then here there's a L. This is an L. You're gonna see what that. We're gonna see that right now. Don't worry, Ismail. On top of the L, there's like this little W and two lines on top. The two lines is the same thing as the first line here, the sa, but the difference is that it makes it into a an sound, not a. Arabic has this thing with an, in, and un. It's called nunation in English. It nunates to represent singularity or not singularity. So don't worry about that. But the little W, though, is very important. That little W is saying that there's two lams here. In Arabic, you can double letters, and that's it. You cannot triple, quadruple, whatever. You can only double. So here, if you wanted to make this Muṣalla like that, you can put a little W here, and the S doubles. So when you see Allah, it's alif, lam, lam, ha. The one of the lams has this W thing on top, and you see that everywhere, right? And it's by default. So Allah's the only exception. It's like there's literally three lambs there. It's like so weird, but it has it. Everything about Allah is very strange, but we're not going to look at that right now. So here's basically Muṣalla. It's not Muṣalla, like a masala, like a spice in Indian, right? It's not Muṣalla. It's Muṣalla. And that la is, it changes everything. And that actually explains this, which we're going to come back to. So there's a double. That W there changes everything. That's it. And then you have this little alif maqsura. What is that? So that's what we're going to see right now. Now, you don't have to understand everything, okay? we're not gonna go into like absolute hardcore grammar right now. We're not gonna do that because this is gonna take literally 2-3 weeks to do this, and it's like a nightmare. This is right now the worst class in Arabic right now that we're doing right now. Like worst meaning like
The worst class.
just like when I was doing French, this was the worst thing. This is exactly the same thing as French grammar that we're gonna see, exactly the same but harder. But the exact same concept of French grammar. The
Yeah, go on.
goal right now is to understand what this is. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it right. You guys are gonna I hope right now this looks Chinese to you, even for maybe
Maybe.
Amir. This looks Chinese probably too, but soon hopefully at least it's not. But this, I hope this looks Chinese for everyone right now. But once we're done here, this is never gonna look Chinese to you. This is gonna be very obvious, and you're gonna see
Bismillah.
this is gonna reflect this perfectly very soon. Okay, so let's start. Quick. Everything is theoretical that you need to know. Okay, because you have to either have done the exercises like typical every kid that does this or not. But if you're not, it's fine. All you have to know first is in Arabic there are 10 verb forms. Okay, this is the common law. But if you want to get like super technical, or if you're smart, if you're talking with some smart ass who's always like, no, there's 15. He's right. Yes, there is 15. Just no one uses level form 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 when they talk or writing in a book or ever really. In the Quran, there is 2 instances that there is a form 12, but that's it. You will never hear I don't even know how to say certain things at form 13 because there's no point, because no one talks that complicated. And even if a normal, perfectly Arabic person hears it, he will be like, bro, I have no idea what you're saying. Okay?
Yeah.
So but it doesn't matter. What you need to know is that there's 10. This is really what it really is. Okay? Forget this. 10. That's the first thing you need to know. How many verb forms? 10. Now, the next thing is, okay, what are the verb forms? Now, you don't have to know all 10, but if you're learning Arabic and all that, you should know this. And this is the verb form of a sound verb, which we're going to see this soon. Okay, forget about. So this is the famous verb that in every Arabic class, they will always use the verb fa'ala. This one, fa'ala. So I'm going to put it out because this is what they always use, but this is the template of regular verbs, because there are a lot of unregular verbs we're going to see. And Muṣalla is not a regular verb. So what you do have to know is that out of these 10 verbs, so form 1, 2, 3, 4, so they always use Roman numerals. So I'm going to give you exactly what the textbook has. All textbooks have this in English Arabic. And English Arabic is the dominant because every other language copies English. So French is going to look like this, Japanese, everything just copies English to learn Arabic. Okay, Germany and all that. So the only one you have to know out of all this is form 2. Because Muṣalla is a form 2. We're going to understand why. So in order to understand form 2, you have to know what form 1 is. Form 1 is super easy. In Arabic, to create a verb, all you need is just the first 3 letters of the word. That's it. So kataba, kitab, kataba, book, to write, kataba. So here's fa'ala, fa'ala. So the 3 like this is the a sound, okay, guys? So this is how the textbook is. It's always like this for ayin, because this is not a word in English. This letter doesn't exist in English, okay? So this is a verb, okay, guys? Verb. So this is to do. The verb to do. Fa'ala, to do. He did. This is the past tense, okay? Now the form 2 is just the middle letter that has a little W on top. So this little W. So this becomes, instead of fa'ala, it becomes fa'ala. You double the ayn, the middle letter, or whatever the middle is. That's all you have to know. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to know the rest, it's fa'ala, then af'al, then taf'ala, and so on, and all this. The one that's least used here is form 9, but it is used, even in the Quran. This one's normally used with color, okay? The ones that are most popular in the Quran are most likely all of these. This one is form 4. Allah really likes form 4 a lot. He uses this one a lot. And form 8, and 5. These are the ones that are commonly used in the Quran in general. This one too. These are the least used. 4 and 5 is there. This one's least used. This one's and form 10, and so on. You don't have to know all what I just said, but these are common in the Quran. But this right now is all you need to know. So there's 10 form verbs, okay? Do you need to know all 10? No. What is, and Muṣalla is form 2. What is that? Is the second radical. The second letter is doubled. That's all.
Yeah.
Fa'ala, kataba, anything like that is doubled the center, and you hear the pause. Boom. Next. This is where this is the only part where it gets hard-ish, but you don't need to know everything. It's just you just need to understand the theory. So besides, there's 10 forms of the verb, meaning this same verb. Okay, now you don't need to know this part, but just so you understand. So form 1 is fa'ala. It's normal. Fa'ala. Simple. Then form 2, fa'ala. So fa'ala, like that. So it's doubled here. 3, fa'ala. There's an alif, fa'ala. And then the 4, there's the little alif in front. Af'ala. That little, this little alif in front. So this is the famous anzala minas sama. He caused to descend from the heaven. Ma, water. And Allah uses that a lot. Anzala, af'ala. So it's not just fa'ala, it's like something is causing something to occur. It's the same word. So like in a video game, like if you guys play like video game where there's like power moves, like fire 1, it's like a cheap little fire, then fire 2, it's like more stronger, fire 3, fire 4, fire 5. Imagine like that. It gets more intense, more the word gets more intense in meaning and has other understandings. That's kind of how it is. At the same time, it's different, okay? So imagine like that. So this is the same. So that's why Arabic is rich. It does that with each word. It can really mold and transform the word with more meaning with the same root. So that's really cool. Then form 5 is all the same stuff. Okay, so now all of this just happened there. Okay, all of this is what we call a sound verb. This is a sound. All this that you just saw here is called a sound verb. That's what you call a sound, meaning this is regular verb, normal. It has 3 letters. Okay, it's root letters. Oops. It's root letters. There's 3. Katab. So this is katab. I'm using another one. So this is fa'ala, kataba. So in Arabic, this is the regular style verb. And there's many verbs like this. This is totally normal. And here I put everything form 2. As you can see, all the middle radicals. I made a mistake. This one has the ending. That's right. So the roots, okay, the roots here, the sound verbs, okay, is 3 roots. In Arabic, there's many ways to do the roots. So for example, let's look at a double. There's words in Arabic where the root is no longer 3 separate letters. See, here's 3 separate letters, right? Ka, ta, ba. Or fa'ala. It's 3 different letters, right? Okay, so this is normal. Look at it as regular, okay? Sound, regular. Qalbun Salim, he came with a sound heart, like a good...
Okay.
Okay, the next thing is doubled. In Arabic, so if you don't have... So in Arabic, you can have 3 letters, the base, but one of the letters is repeated twice. Radada, radda, it returned, madda, and so on. So the second or third letter there's 2 same letters in Arabic. So this has a different conjugation here. It doesn't do like this. It's a different thing. So here, here the roots double. There's 2 same radda, and there's so many. Okay, that's that. So this part should be easy. Here, look, here's a non-applicable. This is where it gets a little bit weird. Okay, this is where it gets weird. The next one's called assimilated. This is where you guys have to understand. So this is easy. Sound means it's just regular 3-letter root letters. Easy. Second one, double. Well, the name says it. It's doubled. That's it. Boom. Next, assimilated. What does that mean? And here you have it. The first, middle, or last radical. So the first letter is either a waw or a ya. Waqa'a, yabasa, yabasa, waqa'a, like that. So here, the waw or the ya. What does that mean? So when you conjugate these verbs, depending on the verb type, the wow disappears into like a ya, like yaqa, like something like that, or and so on. It would disappear. Okay, so it assimilates. It kind of like blends in, and the ya blends in with the letter when you conjugate it. So the first letter, if it's the first, it's assimilated. Okay, the wow or the ya, it just disappears. It's weird. Okay, that's why Arabic kind of gets a bit harder, and then any other language, like other languages, almost every letter stays the same. You add things. Arabic, they actually like starting to disappear, and it's weird. So assimilated is the first letter is either a wow or a ya, and it means they just assimilate. Okay, they assimilate. They connect with the word or they disappear. Okay, guys, they don't know what you don't have to ask why that. And it's similar when you conjugate the verb. Okay, you start seeing they don't you don't see the wow anymore. You don't see the ya here anymore. You're gonna see like maybe you'll see the ya because of he did this, but you'll see a ta here or you will see other prefixes. That's
I don't
it.
get it. What does disappear?
The
I don't
first
get it.
letter
When?
when it conjugates into verbs. When we make it into a verb, okay? Like in the past tense,
Yeah.
um let's just bring out something here. Let's go. Let's use this one. Okay. So radical 1, radical 2, radical 3, okay, or root. Okay. So here one more. So assimilated, okay? Assimilated here. Okay? The
Third
wow,
one.
okay? It's either the first letter is either a wow or a ya. Okay, so let's do
Okay.
an example of a wow. So we take the first one as a wow. Okay, wow. This is the verb wajada. Okay, wajada. Okay, to to find. Okay, not to appear, to find. Well, I guess you can appear in another context. So ajid, tajid, tajidin. Okay, tajadani. Okay, and so on. So you see the wow disappears. See that? So the wow disappears. It doesn't disappear. It
Zuhur.
assimilates.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's here. It transforms into the in here in the beginning, only
Ah,
in the beginning. So this is the
normally
first exactly.
the
So here
the veggie
assimilated is
the
the
veggies
first
whatever.
letter. That's easy. Okay, that's it. Just that's all you have to know. You don't have to conjugate it or you know all that. But if you do, go to this website. This is way better. This one shows you how it assimilates. Okay, and then hollow verbs. So it's the word has it hollow, meaning so this is the same rule almost, the wow and the ya, but it's not the first letter, it's the middle letter is a wow or ya. Basically, the rule is the middle letter either disappears or it becomes a alif. Khafa, okay? Like that one. Okay. Same thing for sayyara, sar, and so on. It disappears. So it's the same concept as this that we saw, but I'm not gonna look for the problem. It's like every single one has a problem. But in real Arabic world, this middle letter hollow. So the middle is hollow. It's like empty, right? It's empty because in the verbs it kind of disappears or it becomes an alif. The middle one. That's it. Okay. That's really it. It's the same concept as this one. And there's many. All of them do this almost. All of them has the same rule. And now we're at the last one, the defective. So now the defective is the same thing, but it's the last. It's the last
That's
letter is
it.
a wow and a ya. But the only difference here is that they don't disappear. Like here, it like disappears or it assimilates, so you don't see it. Here, it could disappear depending on the verb. So here, the middle disappears, hollow, right? That's what it means. The middle is hollow. Okay, cool. Now let's go back to let's take the fit and now we don't need this. Let's actually so now you see that. So same thing for kun, kana, kuntu, kun, it's gone. Saw, let's go to the famous. This is where you're gonna see some. This is where it becomes weird, a defective verb. Okay, this is where it gets weird. Okay, this is the hardest one. So see, I have a little asterisk here. This is the one that's the hardest one, and this is the one that has. This is what Salah is written with the wow at the end. So it's none of these, it's this one, but you should still realize this exists. You should know this. Then there's this one, defective, meaning the ending, if the root is a wow, the conjugation is gonna be a ya. And
Oh my god.
if the root is a ya, the conjugation is gonna be a wow. It's the opposite. It's totally weird. it doesn't make sense. It sounds like it doesn't make sense, but when you start learning it, it makes perfect sense after. Okay, so let's look at it like here. So this is the root is wow. Samma is actually wow, the root. But look, is asmi, I name, tasmi, and so on. The last letter is a ya. The ya comes into the game. So you're gonna think the root is a ya, but when you know Arabic, you're like, no, because it's at the end.
It's the wow.
Because
Yeah.
it's at the end, it's defective. It's the opposite. And the reason why it's the opposite is because other forms. So this is form one. Like in the plural. So this can also be samawat. So this is also the word sama. Okay, as sama, the samawat. So, but just remember that defective has this weird rule like this. Okay. And this one, you have this in the Quran. Let's go to Sama. We have it here. So you have it some, and it's form two. Sammaytuha, sammaytu. So here we go. It's always, and then we go sammuhum. So now in form two, you have the wow here. Now you have the wow. This is why it's weird. It's defective. It's on the form two, it changes. Form one, it has a ya. It's the hardest verb, guys. Don't try to understand why. You have to do a lot of exercise, and then it's like it becomes obvious. Like yeah. But what's very important here is the word musamma. Okay? Ajalin musamma. Okay? Something we always heard, right? He khalaqa samawati wal ard ila ajalin musamma. You know, like that. وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري لأجل مسمى. So here, this. Why I'm bringing this up is because this is the exact same thing as Salah. It's the exact same verb form. First two normal, second last defective. Okay, let's look at this here. So this section here, that's all you need to know. There's the basically here, just from here to here, just these guys have, so we can actually like put nothing here. We can like, NA is like not applicable. We can just put nothing, you know? Nothing. So that's it, okay? So 10 verb forms, 5 verb types, okay? Easy. That's it. So you just need to know what is a hollow verb. The middle is a waw, yeah. Oh, okay. What is assimilated? The first is a waw, yeah. Oh, okay. Doubled. There's 2 letters the same. Okay. Sound is just normal. Defective. The end is waw and yeah. That's it. Okay. You don't have to know all. Nobody knows all the verbs. Nobody knows any. You just need to know the rule. If you know the rule, then you can figure it out after. Okay. And each one has a different way to do this. Like defective does this differently. A hollow does this different. That's why it's hard, Arabic. Each one does this part here. This right here, what you're seeing here, is the sound verb right here. This is the sound verb example. Doubled it's almost the same style. It's just little differences inside. Now we have to get this is where it's gonna come to Muṣallaḥ. How does all this connect to Muṣallaḥ? Because Muṣallaḥ is not a verb. This is not a verb. There's a meme in front of it. So how do we know this is why did I just tell you all of this? And it's not because I just wanted to show you Arabic. No. Now we're gonna get to this. What's called an active participle. This is called in Arabic ismu fa'il. Okay, so ismu al-fa'il. Okay, so active participle. It's a very huge thing. So in the like right here we have one. Oh, it's a perfect one. I'll coincidence. Qa'imun. Okay, qa'imun. Okay, this is an active participle. Okay, so in Arabic, it's very very simple. This is the form one. Okay, form one where there's like multiple form like verbs. An active participle, all you do is that you take a verb and you kind of make it into a form 3. Fa'ala, but instead of fa'a, it's fa'il. Ismul so it's a fa'il. Okay, it's fa'il. Ismul fa'il. Okay, so in any verb, any word you take, all you do, you add an alif to it. That's the form 1. You don't have to know that, but just letting you know, because right now, what you really need to know is everything that's above form 1. Only form 1 does this, okay? Anything that's form 2 to 10, like the verbs, okay? The beginning always has a mu in front of it. There's a form 1. You don't have to. It's not relevant for Muṣallaḥ because Muṣallaḥ is not a form 1. It's a form 2. Okay, in Arabic form one, every active participle just has an alif after the first letter. So kitab, katib. Okay, or katib. So what is an active participle? All it does, it transforms a verb into like a noun or an adjective. It just transforms the verb into like a something. For example, someone who aslim, who has surrendered. Okay, let's look at this one. So like Muslim, okay? Someone who's a Muslim. So aslim, so here aslim, so to submit aslam to, okay, Allah says aslam. Well, no, sorry, right here. Aslim. Allah says to Ibrahim, yeah? And then he says, Allah aslamtu li rabbil alameen, right? Aslamtu. So this is a form 4. Okay, so if you go here, form 4. Okay, af'al, aslim. Okay, same thing. Okay, so let's go back. So in Arabic, if I want to say, okay, I am someone who surrenders. So I'm one who does aslam, like I am this kind of person. How do you say that? You say he's a Muslim. Okay, right? You're a Muslim. So all you do, you put a mu in front of it. Okay, and you remove this little first thing here. It becomes Muslim. Form 4. So if you go to Muslims here, you're gonna see always gonna say active participle form 4 because it's connected to the verb form 4. Okay, mu'min is connected to the verb amana. Okay, amin. Okay, I have believed. Not amana, amin. Yu'minu, yu'min, right? Yu'min, okay, yu'minu. So it becomes mu'min. You get it? There's a mu in front. So basically a believer. So yu'min, he believes. You remove the ya, it becomes mu. And you add the mu, someone who is now who believes. In other words, a believer, right? It becomes a noun. So in Arabic, the way you create that is called active participle. You add a mu in front of the verb, okay, in the stem. So yudarris, the person studies, yudarris, okay? But you add a mu in front, you get mudarris, okay? So like a teacher and so on. Okay, so that is the concept of active participle. Okay, so and
Yeah.
the mu only starts with form 2 and plus. That's it. So anything of form 2 is always with a mu. If it's not form 2, it's form 1, there is no mu, it's just an alif in front of the first letter. Fa'il. Okay, you can have an alif, lam, and all that in front. It becomes a noun. That's it. So why did we see this? Is because Muṣalla has a mu, right? Mu. So that means it's something of Salah. Salah. Yusalli. Okay? So now let's go back to the verb here. Here we go. Let's take this one. This one has the ya in it. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, yes. Here we go. This is the one. This is the proper correct conjugational way to do salah. Sallaytu. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. So this is it. They don't put the shaddas. So it's asli, you know, to salli. There's a double lam here, okay? So that you're not seeing it here, but if you look here in the Arabic, so there's a shadda here, okay? So it's doubled. The lam is doubled. There is no such thing as a form 1 in Arabic, okay, for salah. No, there's nothing. There's only form 2, and that's it. They don't have any other form. It's just one of those verbs. And many verbs are like this in Arabic. Just because there's 10 forms, that does not mean every verb can be conjugated that way. It's only like sound verbs that do that, and doubled. All verbs don't have all forms, but the theoretical concept exists, but nobody uses it, and it doesn't exist, so nobody uses it. So salah only has form 2, and let's go back to here. Okay. So here, the question is, okay, how do we make Muṣalla into an active participle? All you do is says the imperfect in Arabic is saying present tense. Okay, imperfect means present tense. So you go here, this right here, asli, tusalli, tusallin, and tusalliyan, here like that, and yusalli. So this one right here, yusalli, this one, okay? You do you attach the mim in front of it. So you remove the ya, you get yusalli. Okay, so yusalli. Sorry, you take off the ya, salli. Okay, so I use the darrasa here. So it becomes musalli. Okay, let me write that down just to show you guys. Should have had this here. Okay, so here, I think if I do enter, does it go away? Yeah, it goes away. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's just do here. So you can see this, right? So yusalli. Okay, it'll go like this. So in Arabic, okay, the rule here, okay, and remember, active participle means present tense. Present. So now, right now. It's not past tense, okay? That's what the next one is going to be, passive. This is when you see active part, anything like Muslim, this is today. He was not a Muslim. He is a Muslim. Let me say that in Arabic. Okay? So here we have this. It starts with the verb yusalli, then it goes to salli, and then musall. And then because this is Arabic, you actually take off this. It becomes musallin. This is a noun in Arabic, okay? You don't have to know all this, guys, but just remember this. You don't have to know like that, but this is it, but you don't have to know this. What you have to realize is there's no alif maqsura, like Muṣalla, right? There's no this alif here. So and you guys asked the question earlier, why is there this, right? I think Ismet said this, like, why does this exist? Okay, so this is just so, I'm sorry guys if I'm explaining this bad. This is the present tense. In Arabic, when you see this with no ya, with no two dots, in Arabic, because you should now know that this is a defective verb because it looks like there's a ya, meaning this is a wow root, so it's defective. But when you see this means by always, this is past tense. This is like the ed, derived past tense in English, the ed. Okay, it's named, specified, and so on. The alif maqsura, it's a past tense. So in other words, if I remove this, let's remove it like that. When I have the alif maqsura, so this, it's no longer an active participle, it's a passive participle. It's the same thing. Okay, so it's almost the same thing. It's just there's the conjugation at the end is past tense. That's all. It's the same concept, mu, all that stuff that I just said. Same thing, but past tense with the alif maqsura. So that's why you see here the passive participles of derived defective verbs. So defective verbs. So now when I say that, you guys know what it means. It means waw or ya at the end. Always end in an alif maqsura. This is a rule. This is what it is. And the example is musamma, the famous musamma, ajalin musamma. You're going to always see that this means it was a specified ajal, a specified term. It's a named term, and so on. Has in the past tense. Muṣalla is a defective form 2 passive participle. So DF2 PP, okay, passive participle. Now look, here you see the Muṣalla, right? See here the mu, right?
Yeah.
This is telling us right away that this is either an active participle or passive participle. It's the same thing. It just is it present or past? We don't. We're gonna find out. So it can be both. I mean, it's either one or the other. Which one is it? Then we move on. Now we see that it is a form 2 because of the double lam, Muṣalla, right? Salah, it's doubled. Okay, doubled here. So now we have a doubled, and now the final indicators here at the end. Why is this like this? This is not a ya. This is alif maqsura.
Defective.
It's defective for 1. So this also tells us this is a defective verb. 1, this is defective. The root is either waw or ya. Since it's a ya, the root is a waw. Okay, that's the logic. It's easy for defective.
Yeah.
It's a waw. Whether it was a waw or ya doesn't matter. It's defective. Okay.
Sallu.
Yeah, exactly. If it's defective, that means
Muṣalla.
And that there is a wow, now there's an alif maqsura. This is in the past tense
In the
automatically.
past, Ibrahim.
Okay, so that means someone has prayed. He already did salah. It's like someone who has prayed. In English would be one who prayed. This part right here. See that? So وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. So take Abraham's standing position as one who prayed. It's like Muslim. It's exactly the same thing. It's like someone who was like when you say Muslim, it's like he is someone who surrendered. This is someone who prays. So maqam Ibrahim, that thing is when someone who prays. You understand? So the word in English is hard to find. That's why it's Arabic is not the same. The point is, you see Muṣalla, you see this. Now what? What do you see here, Ismail?
Detective?
Defective.
Effective?
That's okay.
Form 2? Participle or something.
Past, passive.
Past, past passive.
Past participle, yeah. Passive. It's in the past tense. It happened. It's very simple. And then you can see them. So now you can see why is it form 2?
Form 2, فعل.
Yeah, right here. And
Because
why?
okay.
Yeah.
Because
of what?
It has shadda on the L.
Yeah.
Lam.
It's doubling. It's doubled.
Doubling, yeah.
Double. There's 2 ayns. Okay? 2 ayns. But you don't see it. It's double. Here's 2 lam. Okay?
Yeah.
In form 2. Why is it defective?
The alif and the last letter, maqsura.
Yeah.
That also shows it is past.
Yes.
Tense.
Yeah.
And the okay.
Bro, and why is this a passive participle?
Passive.
Just remember it's the same thing as active participle. Same thing, just past tense. Why is this passive or active participle? Why is it this?
I think the mu one.
That's it, bro. That's all it is. There you go. It might not seem like a lot, bro. It might not seem like a lot what just happened, but before we started, you had no idea of any of that, right?
True. Yeah.
He just did it. That's exactly it. That's all I'm gonna say how many verb form 10. Okay, you don't have to know 10, but there's 10. Good. Which one is Muṣalla? Form 2. Good. How many verb types? 5. Okay, what are they? Sound, double, assimilated, hollow, defective. Okay. Which one? And you know how they do it? Okay, good. Okay. Because now you know why. The reason why I'm making you know all of them is because you really understand why Salah is defective. You understand? So Surud, you understand the difference between this and this, you know? You understand the difference between this and not like entirely, but you understand the theory, the basics. This is that what you understand in the future is gonna make you even learn these verbs easily because you get the logic in Arabic now. But right now, if you tell me that next week, you get your star. And by the way, guys, now that you went through this right here is the hardest part in Arabic that I remember. This is the hard. Yes, there's other stuff, many other things, but I don't think there's anything harder than this. So, now there's a lot of other little things I didn't say about this. Like here's Muṣallan, okay, right? Muṣallan, it always has an. Does not mean like this is a mansub, meaning it's accusative in Arabic, but this is not accusative when it has this kind of. The defective rules are so complicated, bro. But okay, here we go. They just answer the simple thing. Let me try to zoom this in. Let's see this here. Okay, وَإِجْعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا وَاتَّخِذُوا مِنْ مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. Okay, so and I was very gentle with the la, but it's musalla. Okay, so here now Allah says, and take from this maqami Ibrahim. So here, look, maqam. What is that? That is a mim in front, right? Is a ma. This is a form 1 past tense, like maktub was written, maktuba. You know, it was written.
Yeah.
So maqam Ibrahim musalla. Okay, so here now you're like, okay, you see the mu again, and it rhymes, right? What amna Muṣalla. Allah rhymed it. It's so cool, and it's not even like it's perfectly conjugated. So and it's in the past tense because of ittakhidu. This is in the past tense Okay, so if you go itta, so here this is form 8. Okay, 8. If you go to the document, okay, go here. You'll see here, go to 8. It is if ta'ala. If ta'ala. So the ta is in the center of the verb. See that? If ta'ala. And if you go to the verb, if you go here, because you have the wa, if you remove the wa, it's ittakhidu. Because the wa is there's wattakhidu. Ittakhidu min maqami Ibrahima Muṣalla. That la was very pronounced. Okay, so basically take this maqam Ibrahim as he has someone who did salah, who was going to have done salah, who's going to do salah. He did it. So the other thing is, okay, so the final thing is, which I didn't put in the document, which I should have, but I don't have space, okay, is how to make it in musallin. Okay, so how do you make Muṣalla plural? Okay, and you have it here. Okay, I put it here. So here I put another verb, the verb or the word samma, to name, musamma. Okay, the same. It's in the Quran, right? So you can see the plural. It says musammaun. Okay, musammaun. There's a little, you pronounce the waw, but this is past tense. But it's the same thing in Arab, musallaun, but in active participle is musallin. Same thing. And that you have in the Quran again. So musallin is the same thing. So look, so here they didn't write active participle form 2, not passive. So this is present tense, but it's the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's past or present. It's the same verb, same word. It's just one is in the past, one is in the present. Same thing. But here and here, this is the same thing. Okay? Same thing.